Hi everyone, welcome back to Critical Mass. Well, Paul and I just went and saw Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys for Life, and I had nowhere to be. I decided I'm going to go check out the new Dr. Dolittle movie. After all, it's Robert Downey Jr. How bad could it be? How do I explain this movie? We have one of the highest paid actors at the peak maybe of his career. Everybody loves him. Everybody wants to see him after his portrayal of Iron Man and Tony Stark in the Marvel movies. And he wants to kind of get away from that now. He wants to say, hey, I'm an actor. Come and take a look. I want something completely different. Well, this is completely different because you know what? We liked Iron Man. We did not like Dr. Dolittle. And they spent so much money on this movie. $175 million on this movie without the advertising. And if you notice in the previews and any of the screenings that you see, you hardly see Robert Downey Jr. talk in the movie. That's because you probably wouldn't understand what he's saying anyway. He does this Courtney accent, and it's like mumbled all the time, and it's like, oh my God, where did you think that was going, and where did you think that would appeal to kids? This is in fact a kids movie. They went and got out so many stars for this movie to voice the animals that the budget just went skyrocketing. I said, now how did they convince Robert Downey Jr. to do this movie? Well, they offered him $20 million. That probably helped, $20 million plus box office, a take of the box office, and him and his wife got to produce. So, yeah, here's everything you possibly could want to make a movie. Unfortunately, it's a horrible movie. The jokes don't land, the CGI is mediocre at best. At no point in this movie did I not think they were behind a green screen. The entire time I'm looking at it saying, they're not in a real location. That's a green screen. That's a green screen. Some of the animals look pretty good, some of the animals don't. But I mean, the story itself is horrible. And they try and knock off the Spider-Man, Tony Stark, how, oh, Mr. Stark, and that camaraderie, that special attraction, that father figure in this movie by having a young boy show up and he's lost and he heard a squirrel and oh, help the squirrel, look, he's a kind boy, and he takes on his apprenticeship, and yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Basically, the poor guy, young lad in the movie, basically spends most of the movie doing, or, It just doesn't go anywhere. There are one or two slight jokes in the movie, but, I mean, it was bad. It was so bad. I was sitting there the whole time going, I can't believe how good Bad Boys 3 was. I think I gave Bad Boys 3 a high rating because I saw this movie afterwards. It was that bad. There's also a ton of rewrites, a ton of refilming, and guess what? They put it out in January, where movies go to die. And that's where this movie is going to die. 175 million, I don't think it's going to make 10% of that in the opening weekend. Its biggest opening weekend will be under $17 million in my prediction. I'm guessing probably around 13 million. So yeah, and I'm not the only one who feels this way so far. I talked to 7 other people who've seen the movie and they said, what was Robert Downey Jr. thinking? And you know what he was thinking? He's thinking $20 million. Thank you very much. Because this movie is terrible. What am I going to give the movie? What am I going to rank the movie? I'm not giving any spoilers away other than it's a bad movie. A 3? A 3 out of 10. The squirrel has a couple funny lines, the bad guy has a couple funny lines, and the rest of the movie is things like dragon farting jokes. I kid you not. Even the animals who are, the polar bear is, gets cold, which is strange for a polar bear. The gorilla is, is easily scared and has it. All those storylines just don't work. They just fall flat. There's no personality to any character in this movie. And Robert Downey Jr. is talking and with a low mumble like he has marbles in his mouth, and it was painful to watch. An actor I truly admire and love watching on screen in almost everything he's been in, and I see this. And I hope this is not where his career is going in the future. And you know what? Maybe you should give Kevin Feige a call over at Disney and Marvel Studios and say, you know what? Maybe I will come back as Iron Man in one of the other Marvel films as a cameo. Yeah, maybe I will. Because if this is the kind of movie you come out with and the kind of acting you do in those movies, you won't be doing movies too much longer and you'll be retiring, because this was so bad. And I love Robert Downey Jr. and he's such a good actor, but this movie was terrible. Well, if you guys see the movie, let me know what you guys think it is down below, because I thought it was horrible. But leave your comments down below, and why not check out some of our other content right now. Until next time, we'll see you on the channel.